All right, so the next match. Apparently, they had an 8-man tag scheduled, but Jay White was unable to come to the television because he had personal reasons, is what we saw on the internet, right? Personal reasons he couldn't be there. If you're going to say something, but you can't say anything, why do you say something? Even if you have, say, travel difficulties, for sake. But nevertheless, so they carved it down, they whittled it down to a 6-man tag with Juice Robinson and the Gun Boys against, and I am not making this up, Gravity, Aerostar, and Dios el Inframundo. And again, I wish I was making a joke name up, but I'm not. That was the Dios el Inframundo. Brian, how's your school Spanish? What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. I dropped it in 10th grade. I hated the teacher I had. He was a nice guy, actually, in the end of the day, but I just got Mr. Defendini. He was a French guy. But in the beginning
of the day, it was like somebody pissed in his post toasties. How did he get nicer as the day went on?
Well, he wasn't my teacher, and I got to see him as just like this, I felt bad for him. I felt like he was a guy.
You were just seeing him on a personal basis. What, going out for coffee, or was it serious?
When I would, hang out in the hallways instead of going to class, I would end up talking to the teachers, which is how I got away with it a lot of the time. And I ended up feeling a lot of sympathy for here's this big Frenchman teaching Spanish over here, and all of his students just think he's a joke and don't pay attention to him.
A big Frenchman teaching Spanish that's hanging out in a hallway when he should be in class talking to a
I didn't say when he should be. I was supposed to be in class, not him.
Well, if there were classes going on, shouldn't he have had one?
Well, it could have been his shift to watch the hallway. That's typically how I ended up talking.
Oh, they just take turns up there.
That's when I used to talk to Mr. Epstein about sports in the morning.
Juan Epstein?
Not Juan Epstein, the Puerto Rican Jew.
So Dios el Inframundo.
He's not Juan Epstein either.
No. Again, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Gravity, the guy that comes out in the spacesuit walking like he's on the moon. But Aerostar, he seems like he would be some type of astronomical
satellite system.
Satellite system. Even if I wanted to watch this, nobody would want to hear about what happened. And Juice won it.
Yes, they would. This match was so... I couldn't take my eyes off this match. At one point, and this clip went viral, so maybe you saw this, because the referee, there was nothing he could do. The one guy tags the other guy who's already in the ring. He's not on the apron. He's in the ring, and he tags him, and it gets out, and the referee, not exactly a Rick Knox move, but there was nothing he could do. He's just like, He tagged the guy in the ring. I've never seen that before.
Well, we get on them because they don't tag each other in and out, the luchadors. I'd like to see a little lucha less of the luchadors.
And Juice Robinson really shined in this.
Well, he does every time they give him a chance. That's why I wish they'd give him a chance with quality American-style talent that doesn't ruin... I mean, the Guns work their ass off. Anytime you give them an opening, they're out there, They're bumping hard, they're running hard, they're working hard.
Jumping.
And Juice is a personality. But having to work with these guys that are the shits at American-style wrestling, and who knows, I don't know if I'm qualified to say, but they probably ain't that good at lucha. But it makes the Guns and Juice or any American-style wrestler look like shit to have to work with these fucking, ping pong balls and try to do their shit. It turns the match into a clumsy, unprofessional exhibition of like tagging the guy while he's already in the ring. And everybody, Aerostar, Gravity, and fucking Dio Framundo, or, I come from the land down under, whoever the fuck he is, they're not going to get over it. They're not going to sell you a goddamn ticket. Maybe one of them for 3 weeks will become the fucking hot flipper guy, like, who was the other hot flipper guy? Vikingo. And who was the hot flipper guy before him?
I wouldn't call them hot flippers, but El Vikingo, I think, is all right. It's just he has a size issue. The problem is El Vikingo came in and was put in a main event. So if you want to see him, he may be used a little differently. They use these three guys the way they used to use the luchadors in WCW, where no matter what kind of following they had amongst lucha enthusiasts, no matter what kind of following they had amongst sheet readers, the people who watched WCW saw three generic people just jumping all over the place.
Jump around. Jump around.
House of Pain.
So, what are the odds, Brian, at this point that we're going to keep on even watching Collision on Saturday nights? Do you think anybody's going to start betting on that? Should we try to make some money on this? Should we reveal anything, or should we try to bet some of the fans how long it's going to take us to cut this thing off?
I know I'll put some money on this. I know what my decision is.
Well, in that case, keep it secret, because we're going to check and see if our brand new sports betting partner, DraftKings, will take some odds on this and place some bets on this, because, you know, they're an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And I'll have you know that we are at least as popular as the NFL, if not more so. So
that's right. In certain countries, maybe.
In certain, and on the Isle of Malta, we've got the whole thing wrapped up.
That's right.
So if there'll be an official sports betting partner of the NFL over at DraftKings, certainly they'll do the same thing for us. And folks, right now, you've heard about football coming back. It's been in all the newspapers. Well, right now, DraftKings Sportsbook is going to give you a bunch of money for very little money. Because with football being back in full swing and everybody wanting to bet on that, well, DraftKings is offering a deal where new customers can bet $5 on a football game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. So you just bet your $5, and then you turn around and you bet their $200. And it seems to me that if you split that up somehow, although I'm just a small-town bird lawyer and don't really know how this works, and you bet both sides of the fence, you bet on both teams, well, you'd have to win one way or the other, wouldn't you? And you're playing with the house's money. All you got to put in is $5, you get $200. Well, you could win $479,000.
Where are you getting these numbers from?
I don't know. But right now, nobody's going to be missing out on the action, because all DraftKings customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every game day this September. And we're almost halfway through September right now, so you better put a little hitch in your get-along and get to it. Because you got to start, as I'm telling you, drain your wife's checking account.
No.
Grocery money.
No.
Break into the kids' piggy bank.
Again, there's the hat trick. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do any of those things. If you are thinking about doing any of those things, you may have a gambling problem. Call someone. But if you have some discretionary income and you're looking to make a little more and you think you know a thing or two about sports, call Mike Tenay. And after that, and he doesn't take your call, go to DraftKings.
Yeah, you say you want to make some money. You say you don't want to work for it. You say you want to live a life on easy street. You say you want to be farting through silk. All you got to do is bet this money and win. And one of them's easy. The other one might be a little more difficult. But right now, you can get in on the NFL Week 2 action, or whatever week this may be by the time this program comes out, with DraftKings Sportsbook. All you got to do is download the app right now and use the code JCE to sign up. New customers bet $5, take home $200 instantly in bonus bets. I'd like that in small unmarked bills with non-sequential serial numbers. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code JCE. The crown is yours. And so is the poorhouse if you don't pick right and win all these bets.
Once again, the crown is yours.
The crown is yours. All you got to do is reach up and grab that brass crown.
That's right.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.SOT1800gambler.net. What's the SOT, Brian? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NEW-YORK. HOPE-NY. Is that New York? Or text HOPE-NY. I guess we're in New York. 46739 is the number if you don't understand HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available. Depends on what your problem is. But for problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. And on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, we thank you for coming. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. You could be younger in some places than others. We're void in Ontario. Our bowels, our minds, everything is void up in Ontario. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
That's right. DraftKings, the official betting partner of the Jim Cornette Experience.